Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Solar and Beyond with Kene. Thank you for watching the first episode and the second episode. I hope you learned something valuable. In this episode, we are going to be speaking about what it actually costs to go solar in 2025. If you've ever wondered how much it actually costs to go solar, today's episode breaks it down all. We're in 2025. While cost of solar have dramatically come down over the years, the real cost still surprises a lot of people out there. So in this video, I'll show you the real numbers in US dollars, what drives those costs, and how to figure out if solar really makes sense for your home or business. Come with me and let's get into it. The real numbers. First, let's start with what solar costs in 2025. Right now, the average installed cost for a home is around $2.50 to $3.50 per watt. What it means for us is that if your home is an average of 6 kilowatts, then it will cost around $15,000 to $21,000 for your solar system. And if your system is as big as 10 kilowatts, if you live in a bigger house, basically your rough cost or the rough cost it will take you to install a 10 kilowatt system will be between $25,000 and $35,000 before any incentives. But here is the good news actually. The federal government still offers a 30% solar tax credit, which cuts those numbers right down significantly. What this means, or what this translates to, is that same $21,000 I mentioned earlier for a 6 kilowatt system could drop significantly down to around $15,000 after the tax credit. I'm going to show you some quick numbers in this video. Solar panels themselves, surprisingly, only about 15 to 20% of the total cost. What I'm doing right now is basically trying to break down the materials and equipment and percentages on what they actually occupy or take on. Solar panels, 15 to 20% of the total cost, we spoke about that. The next big ticket item is the inverters, wiring and the racking. This takes another 20% of the total cost. Now we go over to labor, permitting and inspections, because you always have to make sure you follow your local labor laws. This is around 10%. The biggest portion is actually soft cost, and that goes on to sales, your marketing, your overheads and your profit. Sometimes it actually jumps to as high as half of the total price. So when people actually say solar panels are expensive, the panels aren't actually the problem itself. It's all the soft costs that actually make up the big price actually, which is your installation, your marketing, your regulations, as the case may be. Now, let's go to the next point. The cost differences by state. Of course, we know that so many countries have so many different states. In Oklahoma, for example, it's going to cost around $2.60 per watt to actually install the solar system. While somewhere in California, it's actually going to cost as high as $2.40 and $3.25 per watt to actually install the system. Labor costs, permit fees, and even installation actually does make a big difference. If you live somewhere with high competition, strong sunshine, like Arizona or Nevada, prices tend to be on the lower side. But if you're in states with fewer installations or tougher regulations, that could actually easily drive up the solar cost per watt. Now let's go to the next point. We're going to be talking about the examples and scenarios. First example, a small home installing a 6 kilowatt system at $3 per watt. It means the total cost of that system is $18,000. When we subtract or take out the federal tax credit, the net cost then drops to as low as $12,600. That's actually a good one if you ask me. Second example, a larger home with a 10 kilowatt system at $3 per watt is actually $30,000 before any incentives. After the 30% tax credit, it drops right down to $21,000. That's a good one. Some states or utilities even offer extra rebates, which can actually bring that number down further. So realistically, in 2025, most US homeowners pay between $15,000 and $25,000 total for a full system after all incentives. Let's look at the next point, which is basically payback and return on investment. When do you actually make all your money back? On average, homeowners see payback in 6 to 10 years, depending on the local electricity rate and basically sunlight exposure. If your electricity bill is $150 a month and your solar system actually wipes most of that out, that's basically $1,800 saved per year. Multiply that over 10 years, that's $18,000 in savings. Plus, you still own a system that can actually last up to 25 years or more. Remember, I spoke about the warranty of the solar panels in the previous episode. If you didn't watch that episode, please go back after this video, watch that episode. And here's another bonus. Homes with solar often sell for 3 to 5% more value than the similar non-solar homes. So part of that investment comes back actually in property value. To the next point, factors that actually change your costs. It's very important that we look at these factors because it will help us determine what the solar panel prices actually are. A few key things could actually push up your solar price or push down your solar price. Number one, system size. Larger system sizes have lower cost per watt. So the higher your system size, the lower the cost per watt you actually pay for it. Second point, roof type and condition of your roof. Tile or old roofs need more preparations, which actually generally will cost higher than other roof sheeting types. Next point is shading and orientation of your roof. Heavy shading means more panels or better inverters, which actually could increase the cost of your solar system. Number 4 point is actually add-ons. If you include battery backup, you could actually expect to add another $8,000 to $15,000 for your system. Last point on this is financing. Paying cash is the cheapest long term, but it actually does have less spread across costs with some interest. A tip for you, if you can actually bundle your solar installation with your roof replacement, many installers actually give a discount when done together. So that's something good you could do. If you have old roofs that need replacement, you could actually bundle this cost together, and actually a lot of finance houses are happy to actually finance those systems for you. Let's talk about the pitfalls and misconceptions. There are a few common mistakes people make when looking at solar costs. For example, only chasing the lowest quote. Cheap sometimes actually means low quality. So when you see a cheap quote, that doesn't necessarily mean you just jump right into it. I'll always advise to get at least 3 quotes from 3 reputable and trusted installers. Secondly, forgetting hidden costs. Roof repairs, for example, could actually increase your hidden costs. Trenching or electrical upgrades can add actually a few $1,000s if not detected from the very beginning. Ignoring net metering charges. Some states now give lower credit for excess energy you send back to the grid. So meaning you can actually program your system to actually overproduce, and any excess power could be sold back to your local grid. So your savings might differ. The next point, not reading financial details. It's very important to actually go through the financial details and the contract of what you're signing with your local EPC company and financier if you're using one. Some solar actually stretch from 20 to 25 years, which can actually double your total payment in interest if high. The next point we have, future trends. We're going to be speaking about future trends and what we expect to see in future. Looking ahead, solar hardware is expected to actually keep getting significantly cheaper over time. And cheaper it comes over time actually makes the system actually more efficient. But soft costs might not fall that much, such as permitting and the rest of it. We spoke about that a few minutes ago. We could see more community solar programs, cheaper battery storage, and smarter financing options that make going solar easier and easier every year. So 2025 might actually be the right time to start actually investing in solar incentives before they start phasing out over the upcoming decades. So to wrap it up, in 2025, the real cost of going solar in the US averages at around $2.50 to $3.50 per watt, or about $15,000 to $25,000 after incentives for most homes. Your exact number would actually depend on your home, your roof, and what state you live in. If you're thinking about switching to solar, start by getting 2 or 3 local quotes and compare the cost per watt with each and every one of them. Remember, do not necessarily go cheaper. I hope that I've helped you understand what's actually behind the price of solar in 2025. If you found this useful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Solar and Beyond with Kene, and drop a comment below. Let's help each other find the best numbers. Thank you guys for your time. I'll see you on the next one.